What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do a little bit of different video. I'm going to talk about a few things, maybe 5 things that I keep in my boat that I think you should, that you might not think about. These aren't your your standard items, your must-haves like tools or fire extinguisher, life jackets. Like those are guaranteed, you got to have in the boat. But I got a few other things that I keep in my boat every single time I go out in the water that I think are very beneficial. It's rare that you ever have to use them, but when you do, it saves your day of fishing. It saves your day on the water. You don't have to go back to the truck, go to the store, go to the marina, whatever. So it saves your day of fishing, and that's super important. So let's roll through a few things that I feel like you definitely got to keep in your boat that you might not think of. And these things aren't expensive. They're not going to cost you any money. You probably already have them at your house or your garage, and you just didn't think to keep them in your boat in case of emergency. So first up, I keep a bunch of extra items right here in this side rod locker in my Phoenix. So we're going to go with a spare trolling motor prop. This is even a beat up one that I replaced. Once I hit a few things and wear down the edges, I put on a new one, but I just throw the old one in here. And I can't tell you how many times I knocked the blade off of my trolling motor prop. And if I didn't have a spare in the boat, I'd have been stuck. I'd had to go put the boat on the trailer, go to the marina, go to Walmart, whatever, and get a new prop. But keeping one in here saves the day. All right, next up in here, well, I got your obvious stuff, rope, that doesn't count. But this one right here, this will save your day in a tournament situation. This is a little bit different, but it's a weigh-in bag. You would be surprised how many professional tournament anglers don't carry an extra weigh-in bag in the boat, and rightfully so. We never ever use it. When we fish a tournament, we're not allowed to use our own weigh-in bags, so we have to use the ones from the tournament organization. But in case of emergency, in case something happens and your boat doesn't start, your boat breaks down, you can't get back to weigh-in, an extra weigh-in bag, you can fill it up with water, throw your fish in here, and jump in somebody else's boat and make it back to weigh-in, and that will save your day in a hurry. If you don't have a weigh-in bag, what are you going to do with your fish? You're going to hold them in your lap for however long it takes to get in? No, you can't do that. So the weigh-in bag will save your day, help you get your catch in that rare situation that you would break down in a tournament. I know last year, I personally didn't break down, but a buddy of mine did, and I was able to put his fish into my weigh-in bag and then transfer them to the weigh-in and save his day, and he actually went on to make the top 10 in that tournament, so that was pretty cool. All right, another thing that you got to keep in your boat, and again, this is rare if ever that you'll need it, but I keep a extra quart of oil in here. You never know what could happen on the water. If your motor burns a little oil, loses a little oil, something happens, you could be stuck miles away from takeoff. So I just keep an extra quart of oil in here, just in case something happens. You can dump that in, save your day, get you back to the boat ramp without having to call Boat US, call a towboat. That can get pricey. For a little quart of oil keeping the boat, it guarantees me that even if my low oil alarm would go off, if I dump in this quart, I'll be able to get back to safety. So that is a must-have in the boat. All right, I got a few other gadgets in here, but I don't think we need to talk about any of those. Next up is sort of another thing along the same lines. I have it buried in my back compartment. I don't feel like digging it out. It's in with my toolbox, is a Hotfoot spring. So it's the same sort of situation. That's just the smallest little piece of equipment on the boat, but sometimes that spring will break and then you're stuck with a throttle that will not retract. So when you push down on the Hotfoot, it stays wherever you put it. And let me tell you, I've been stuck a few times with that. Now granted, You can still drive with it, but it is not fun, and it is painful on your foot and your ankle trying to pull that pedal back and forth. And I actually had to drive back probably roughly 50 miles on Lake Erie with a broken Hotfoot spring, and had to baby that all the way back to weigh in, and let me tell you, it was not fun. And ever since that moment, I keep an extra Hotfoot spring in the boat regardless. I know I could change it in a couple seconds and get back to weigh in just fine, safely. That's the main thing, is that it's very unsafe driving without a Hotfoot spring. All right, next up, this right here, you always got to keep an extra hat. This goes along with all of your, you know, your sun protection stuff with buffs and sunscreen and sunglasses, all that. But I always keep an extra striker hat in my glove box there. You know, you would be surprised how many times you blow your hat off, lose it in the lake, in the river, whatever. And me personally, I cannot fish a day out in the sun like we are here today without wearing a hat. It just tears my eyes up. I'll have a headache all day. I won't be able to focus on anything. So having an extra hat in the boat is an absolute must for me, just in case, you know, it slips out of my hand, blows off in the lake, and I can't get it back. I need to have a hat in order to function for the rest of the day. So there you go, guys. That's 5 things that will save your day on the water, save some fishing time, and help you save some money from a tow trip. I don't know. Hopefully these things help you, and let me know in the comments below if you guys carry these things, and maybe a few ideas that you have. You know, I'm always looking and always trying to be prepared. So if you guys got any ideas about things that I need to keep in the boat, drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear them. Appreciate you guys watching. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We got lots of great content coming all season long, all year long. You know, this is the new year. We're gonna post 2 videos per week. I need you guys to keep me to that. And I think that's it. We'll see you guys next time.